everybody, my name is Rolo, and today we're reading more Reddit stories. So if that's your cup of tea, please do like and subscribe, and let's get into today's stories. Today's first story comes from the user HoiPinoi626 with the title, Am I the asshole for not contributing to my girlfriend's mortgage or moving back in? Last year, my girlfriend bought a house and I moved in with her. She has a 10-year-old daughter from a previous relationship. Things were going well at first and I was happy to contribute to the household even though my name wasn't on the mortgage. We didn't add me to the deed because my credit was poor at the time and I already owned a home that I rent out. The mortgage on her house is around $5,000 per month. I was contributing $2,000 monthly, which was the most I could afford due to loans, credit card debt, and other financial responsibilities. A few months in, she told me she was going to let her ex, her daughter's father, move in to help with co-parenting. I wasn't excited about the idea, but I tried to be understanding since I know how important stability is for their daughter. Over time though, it became clear that her ex still had feelings for her. He was overly familiar and acted like he was still part of the relationship. It made me very uncomfortable and I started to feel like a third wheel in the home. She doesn't want to kick out her ex because he helps a lot with their daughter. After a while, I decided to move out for my own mental and emotional well-being. Now my girlfriend is upset that I won't move back in or continue contributing to the mortgage. I've told her that I'm not comfortable living in the same house as her ex and that I don't feel it's fair to keep financially supporting a property I don't have any ownership in, especially under these circumstances. I care about her and her daughter, but I also need to look after my own financial and emotional health. Am I the asshole? Now I don't know who convinced OP that he could possibly be an asshole in this situation. I mean, he was contributing $500 off half of the mortgage, and he was not being added to the deed or having any equity or ownership in this house. A $5,000 mortgage a month? Can the ex-girlfriend even afford that by herself? That's insane. Like, what kind of house is this? Did she buy a mansion? Just for her and her daughter? That's crazy. I do, however, think that OP was a bit of an asshole to himself for contributing to her mortgage, agreeing to move in and do that, when he is in a situation where his financial situation, his credit score is not good, he's in debt, he's got credit card bills, all this stuff, and he has his own mortgage to pay from the sounds of it. Like, if he's got $2,000 to contribute to a separate mortgage, that should be going to improving his credit score. Especially if that's the only reason he's not on the deed. Wouldn't he want to improve that first and sort that so that his contributions actually come back to him? I don't know what OP was thinking, but yeah, his train of thought is not what I would recommend. Not a financial advisor, but not what I would do. But let's see what the commenters thought about OP's situation. One commenter says, so what you are saying is that she moves her ex in without having him contribute to the mortgage as rent? If he lives there, he can pay the $2,000. Her wanting you to pay up after moving out is not you being an afterthought. It is you being the sugar daddy. OP replies, her ex is contributing as well, though I don't really know how much. She claims he's putting in more than me. Another commenter says, is her ex going to be on her mortgage as co-owner? Did you buy this house together, so to speak, or did she decide to get the house prior to your arrangement with her as she could afford the mortgage without your help? Is this a normal amount for a mortgage in your country? As you could buy a small castle in the UK for that amount. You will be the a-hole if you keep contributing whilst your girlfriend has her cake and eats it too. How does her ex help with her daughter? Is the child special needs at all? You say he is co-parenting, and I understand that he is the child's father, but weren't you helping to co-parent too? Run for the hills now, you are out of there. She sounds expensive and clueless. Sorry. OP replies, no, her ex is not on it. I helped her find the house, but she put the down payment. Yeah, living in Los Angeles is expensive as hell. The daughter doesn't have special needs. He mostly just helps with getting her ready and bringing her to school and buying whatever groceries and necessities she needs. Now let's move on to OP's update, which came 1 month later. Surprisingly, my girlfriend and I were able to work things out and things are actually going well now. After everything reached a breaking point, I made the difficult decision to just pack up my things and leave the house without a word. Not long after I left, she started reaching out, calling, texting, asking me to come back. She told me she realized how serious things had gotten and admitted she underestimated how uncomfortable the living situation had become for me. Eventually, she made the decision to ask her ex to move out, which was a huge step for her and showed me that she really valued our relationship. She also refinanced the house and we had an open, honest conversation about finances. We came to a mutual agreement on what I would contribute going forward, something that would be fair and sustainable for both of us. While my name still isn't on the deed, we've been clear about financial expectations and boundaries, and that's made all the difference. Most importantly, we've had some very real talks about boundaries, especially when it comes to her ex and co-parenting. She's been more mindful and proactive about setting those boundaries, and I felt much more respected and secure because of it. So, right now, we're in a better place, which I didn't expect at all. We're communicating more openly, supporting each other, and trying to build a healthier dynamic together. It's still a work in progress, but I'm cautiously optimistic. Thanks to everyone who weighed in and helped me think this through. And before I give my opinions on this update, this commenter says, "You better get your name on the deed or something on paper. What's to stop her from still seeing the ex behind your back, and once she's drained your finances, you will probably get kicked out. Be very wary." To which OP says, "Yeah, we are working on that now. She's doing everything she can to build trust. Also, I work remotely and I'm aware of her location at all times, but I'm definitely staying cautious and keeping my eyes open. I appreciate you looking out for me. Thank you." When OP said they were still not on the deed, I wanted to smash my head against the wall. Oh my god. Like, what do you mean you're still not on the deed? What do you mean things are going better? You're contributing half of the mortgage, man. You're not gonna have any equity if you're not on that deed. If she dumps you, that's your money gone. You don't get anything. Oh, this guy. And then he's like, "Oh yeah, we're working on getting me added to the deed." What do you mean? What are you talking about? That should have been sorted before you got back together. Oh my god. No wonder OP's credit score is so bad. No wonder his financial situation is not going well. OP, please, you're contributing to this mortgage. Take a little bit of that money, find an accountant, and sort yourself out. I will be looking for an update in the future just to find out what happens. Hopefully we do get one, because I need to know what happens. Is he on this deed? Is he not? Anyway, after that crash out, let's move on to one more story. Our next story comes from the I Don't Work Here Lady subreddit from the user Rude Dog with the title, "Entitled Old Woman Grabs Autistic Kid." This story is kind of different in the way that I am an employee and witnessed an autistic young man, maybe 14 years old, get caught up in some crazy I don't work here lady situation. Let me set the scene for you. I, working as a door greeter, watching out for lost customers and folks with returns, working in lawn and garden section, I see this autistic young man. I guess he's autistic as he seems predominantly focused on his actions and kinda has the actions of an autistic individual. This young man is sorting and moving potted flowers around, putting them in a very specific order, matching colours, size of pots, and height of the flowers themselves. Doing an amazing job at it too, I may add. He is bothering no one, and most folks are just noticing doing a bang-up job. But this one old crone of a woman sees him working. She stands behind this young man, arms folded and tapping her foot. At first I was thinking maybe it was her son or someone she was shopping with, but the next thing she did proved to me I was mistaken. She clears her throat in that dreaded fashion we all know. "Excuse me, you need to help me. The young man pays her no mind, continuing with his task. She doesn't like this. She clears her voice and repeats louder, "You are not listening to me. You are going to help me now." Before I can walk to her and ask her what she needs, she reaches out and grabs this young man by the right arm just above his elbow. I guess the sudden action of this and the young man's condition caused him to spin around and jerk his arm away from this lady, and the sudden movement startled the old woman, causing her to step backwards and lose her balance, causing her to sit down on her butt. It was like in slow motion watching her go from standing to sitting on the ground. By the time I reached the young man to see if he was okay, his mother had shown up and was asking what had happened. Before I could say anything, the woman who caused this was up and berating this young man, saying he attacked her and she will have him fired and arrested. Meanwhile, this young man was almost crying and his mother was shocked. I told the mum to take her son and calm him down, that he has done nothing wrong and just make sure he is okay. Crazy old woman didn't like that I took his side. She began to lie and tell me she was the victim and she didn't do anything, and that the employee, young man, attacked her. I told her, not so kindly. 1. She was a liar. I had witnessed the whole incident. 2. The young man you forcibly grabbed does not work here and you assaulted him. By now, a crowd has gathered, and the crazy woman has noticed that no one is giving her looks that they believe her side of the story. She just puts her head down and walks quickly out of the store. When I turned to check on the young man and his mother, she was smiling at me and was thanking me for my help. She shops here regularly and the young man likes to arrange the flowers. It's calming to him. I expressed my regrets about the whole incident. The young man walks over to me and pats my shoulder once and goes back to the flowers. The mum informed me that was the equivalent of a high five from him. It's always astonishing to me that people treat retail workers so badly when that is someone that they need to help them. There's no need to treat anybody that way, but especially somebody that you require the services of. It's just not on. And you should always check that it's a member of staff first. These stories, I don't work here lady stories, always baffle me. Because how are you getting yourselves in those situations? Only the most entitled people could be in that situation. But anyway, what do you guys make of the stories that we've read today? Please leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. And thank you so much for reading along with me today. Hopefully you enjoyed, and hopefully I'll see you next time too. Bye bye!